Hi, everybody. I'm Caitlin Pentifallo, and I am the head of regulatory strategy and sustainability at Novata. Today, I'm excited to walk you through a completely free tool that's new from us called the Regulatory Navigator. At Novata, we know what a big challenge it can be in terms of making sense of sustainability regulations, understanding the requirements, and then figuring out which ones actually apply to you. So that's exactly why we created RegNav, again, totally free, designed to cut through the complexity and give you clear, tailored insights in just a few clicks. Let's walk through how this works. So I'm logged in here as a fictitious company, but this is all made on our company profile page. Let me show you how you can enter a few quick details and then find the most relevant regulations for your size, your type, your location, and the kinds of industries that you serve. So on this page, a couple pieces of information that we'll collect, which is your annual revenue, assets under management, if that might apply. Employee count is super important here. Some details on your industry sector. So this is broken out by the sector, the subsector, and then the industry in line with the SASB SICS codes. And then also really important is our geographic information. So knowing where you are, where you're operating, and what that looks like it can be super critical. Right now, for example, the California regulations, SB 253 and 261, are really critical in terms of determining if you're doing business in California, what those revenue thresholds are, and then how we put all of that together. In terms of business operations, there's a couple other finer points that also help us narrow this down. So, for example, in order to understand where you're trading, that helps us correlate those to regulations that you might be in line for. So, different international stock exchanges, such as Hong Kong, Toronto's, India's, are all ones that can lead to different regulations being in scope for your company or not. Once this is done, you can go ahead and save it. So from editing the profile, you're just going to be able to do this at any point to indicate what kind of currency. You're able to adjust this here and get kind of a quick read on that. And you can come in and do that anytime as your situation changes. So once this is saved, we're going to go back to our dashboard. And based on that, what has happened here in the background is that all of those characteristics of your company have been searched against our database. Right now, our database has 45 total regulations that come from around the world. And in this case, based on what I had already entered, we've identified that 5 are in scope for my fictitious company, Software Magic. So if I click on this and use this as the filter, I'm now seeing the 5 regulations that are applicable to my company based on those characteristics. So as regulations evolve, you can always kind of stay compliant here as different things change. Things might come in and out of scope for you. And this is a great way to look at that and better understand what's going on. So for example, I had talked about SB 253. And if we expand this card here, we can get a better glimpse at what this means, what it looks like, and where things are operating. So quick overview here, some key dates, some requirements are there. And then this is the most important in terms of searching our database is the applicability conditions. So in this case, this regulation has specific conditions that determine whether it applies to your organization or not. And these are coming directly from the company profile. So based on how well my fake company is doing, we know we're operating in California. I put in that we're doing $2 billion in revenue annually, and we've also indicated that we're in the US. So for all of these reasons, this means that 253 is going to fall into scope for us. If we look at some others, we might see similar details. So we're going to see, again, revenue and a geographic threshold in place for something like this. In Canada's case, this might be an instance where it's not a combination of all characteristics being met, but it's an or combination. So there's lots of sophisticated ways that we've implemented logic to say, if you are domiciled in Canada or if you're operating in Canada, this might be something that applies to you. We've purposely made this really simple up front. We want to keep it just at what you need to know level so that you can take this as a jumping off point and then go deeper. If at any point you want to connect with someone on our team, best and easiest thing to do is hit this button right here that will go directly to our head of sales's link, where I would certainly join you to walk through what this tool means and how we can better help support you. So in conclusion, lots of ways that you can learn from this tool, that you can gather information. You can even search for things that maybe you're not in scope for, but maybe you wanted to keep an eye on, searching by region, by continent, or anything else for that matter, specific countries. There's lots of things that you can do here, and you can always stay up to date on how recently we have updated something by going to this database updates page, and that will tell you exactly what was updated and when, so that you know you're getting the most current information possible. We also are working really hard to keep all this information up to date so that your dashboard is going to stay really current as regulations evolve. We know what's going on with CSRD and Omnibus these days, so helping you stay compliant and keep ahead of the curve is something that we're in the business of doing and want to help you understand. So again, the best part is this is free, so please try it out today and help simplify your regulatory compliance.